Welcome back to Cryptolytics, giving you a fresh take on crypto analytics. Today, I'm going to show you a better way to execute limit orders on Bitcoin. So whether you want to buy the dip or sell at a certain level, there's a way you can actually accumulate interest while you wait for those orders to fill. So it's a pretty cool concept. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Okay, so today we're going to talk about options. And I'm going to show you an easy way to get exposure to earning interest with options by using structured products on a platform called Pionex. And I'm going to leave a link to Pionex in the description below. And there's a video just above here that shows me using Pionex and some of the other strategies you can use Pionex for automated trading. Pionex just seems to be a really good platform for earning passive income through yield on your Bitcoin or through bot-orientated trading strategies and things along those lines. So it's a really good platform for this sort of thing. I'm going to cover today the structured products with bot implementation, which is really, really cool. So let's just say you're looking at the Bitcoin price right now. Things are looking a little bit bearish, but maybe you want to take advantage of that and you actually want to buy the dip and accumulate more Bitcoin. Or let's just say it's on the flip side and you are seeing that the market's overheated, like back here when I was calling out that we're way too overheated, for example, on the AgriTrade chart where we see the stochastic heat map hitting red for the first time since the peak of the bull market in 2021. Well, these are perfect scenarios. If you want to, say, sell your Bitcoin, you can actually earn interest while you wait for your limit order to be filled. So first I'm going to talk about covered gain, which is where you use your Bitcoin and essentially you're setting up what could be perceived as a limit order. And in the time that it takes for that limit order to get filled, you're entering different option strategies that will earn you yield. So let's have a quick look here at covered gain. So if we've got Pionex open, you just go to the Earn tab here and go to Structured. And then it will come to the dual investment screen. Just by default, that's the landing page for the structured products. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the earning robot. So what this does is this continually opens short-term options strategies in order to earn yield while you wait for your limit order to be filled. So we're just going to go here, create a bot quickly, just so I can show you kind of what the screen looks like first. So we're just going to go to basic mode first. And we're just going to put in, say, for example, say the price was at $29,000, right? And you're wanting to sell at $32,000. Now, right now, the yield on that would be very low because there's like very little risk in that, but it still would be something maybe like 0.3 or something like that. So for say we put $30,000 as our sell price, we're just going to click search here and make sure that Bitcoin is selected first, of course, which makes sense. And we're just going to put in $30,000. You'll see that the potential yield on that is very low because the probability of us going to 30,000 is really quite low, at least in the short term. But we have a 45-day, which, I mean, it's possible in 45 days that we go to $30,000. But yeah, the yield is 11,537. What we really want is shorter. We want maybe like 1 to 3, maybe even 7 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep adjusting this until we see something that we like. So something that's a bit more relevant. So if you feel like the chances of us going to 28K, right? So 28K, a bit more reasonable. Let's have a quick look at the chart once again. So here's 28K. If we are going above 28K, then we're going to resume probably. It seems likely we would just resume the uptrend. Probabilities are not as high right now that that's going to happen, but let's just say 28K, that's probably pretty reasonable. This is where it'd be good to take profit. If you're sitting in Bitcoin and maybe you're bearish and you just want to sell off some of your Bitcoin, but in that time that you're waiting, you want to earn some interest on that Bitcoin. Why not, right? That's great. So we're going to select 28,000 here and we're going to see what's available, see if we get these short-term stuff. So yeah, we got 2-day and 3-day. That's pretty reasonable, I think. And look at this, 14% 3 days, about 14% either way. Very nice, very nice. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just check the details here. And we're just going to read over the rules for the investment. So when price at settlement is lower than target sell price, you will receive the investment amount and the yield, both in crypto. When the price settlement is higher than the target price you want to sell, so above $28,000, in this case, you'll sell crypto at the target price with your investment amount, and you will receive the investment amount times 1 plus yield multiplied by target sell price in stablecoin. So this is essentially you selling that Bitcoin, which you wanted to sell anyway, right? So that's the long and short of it. You want to sell this anyway, or on the other side, you want to buy anyway. So this is just giving you the ability to earn yield while you wait for that limit order to be filled, so to speak. So let's have a quick look at how they describe it in their tutorial video, because I think it's actually pretty good. They just released a couple of tutorial videos, so let's just quickly watch those.
Covered gain. Imagine you are holding BTC and waiting to sell it at a good price, but prices have been going down recently. You don't want to sell your crypto at a loss. So what can you do to generate income now? Pinex made covered gain just for this scenario. Let's say the current price of BTC is $30,000, and you would like to sell 1 BTC at $40,000. You subscribe to our covered gain product with a strike price of $40,000. 52% annualized yield, 1 week duration, and return at settlement of 1%. There will be 2 scenarios. Scenario 1. If the price at settlement is under $40,000, you will get 1 plus 1% BTC. Scenario 2. If the price at settlement is above or at $40,000, then your 1 BTC will be sold at the strike price, and you will get 1 plus 1% times 40,000 USDT. The only risk with this product is you may lose potential profit because you will sell Bitcoin at $40,000 even if Bitcoin is above that price. That's it. You are now ready to get
So sorry, the video got a bit blurry at the end there. Not sure what happened, but that's okay. I think that kind of puts it in perspective and gets the point across. So this is basically showing us everything that has a strike price of 28,000. You could go 28,500. Sort of just pick whatever you think is reasonable. It's just like whatever you want to sell at, right? Whatever you want to sell at, that's what you make the strike price. And the way this works is you can actually also set it up so it will just automatically keep subscribing upon expiry to the next contract until that limit order is filled. Again, not really a limit order per se, but I think it's a good way to think of it, because it's literally what you're doing. Like, it's saying the potential loss is that you're selling Bitcoin at a certain price and it could go higher. Well, if you've put a limit order in, then that's what you're doing anyway, right? You would just do that anyway. And I guess the benefit here is if price spikes up and then comes just back down again, then you haven't actually sold. So that's probably one of the times where it could be kind of annoying, is if you do actually want to sell at a certain price and price goes up to your strike price, but the expiry hasn't taken place yet and it comes back down, it only executes the strike price at expiry. So it means that it would just roll over into the next contract until that limit order is met, until it's filled, essentially. So yeah, I mean, I think that kind of puts it in perspective, hopefully. And then buy the dip is the same thing, but on the other side. So you use USDT to buy Bitcoin, so on and so forth. Now I've already maxed out my Bitcoin into this, so I don't have anything to add right now in this account, but you can pick however much you want to invest, essentially, in Bitcoin, and it'll calculate the settlement and everything like that, tell you what the estimated yield will be, and then you can also tick this box here, which, as I mentioned, it will just auto reinvest until everything is filled. So that's the bot component to this, in that it will just keep going and going and going and going until price expires in the money and expiring past your strike price. So you don't earn, in that time, you don't earn 14% on your Bitcoin. This is an annualized rate. So it's not exactly 14%. It'd just be like, if you were to pick 14% every time, then it would equate to 14%. So in here, you can set what the minimum APY will be. So if it doesn't hit your minimum APY for the covered gain, then it won't resubscribe. So if the next contract only gives 9%, then it won't subscribe to it. So here's something to look at as well with the advanced settings. And you can also set the longest tolerance for the settlement period. So for example, like I would do something like 10 days because I don't really want to be sitting in an options strategy for like 45 days, to be honest. So maybe 10 days or 7 days or something like that would be a good bet, because we can see here there's still a 10-day here. And if you go say 29,000, for example, you can go and see as you get further up, the duration, the settlement period increases because it's further from price. So that's where the options will be for that particular strike price. So let's just say you sold that Bitcoin and you want to buy it at a lower price. Let's just say, like, what's reasonable? 25K. Let's just say maximum 10 days, lowest is 10%. Reasonable, I think. 10% on Bitcoin is great. That's better than staking. So we're just going to do a search now. So here's everything at 25K. Very good. Wow. Look at this. 62% annualized for 2 days. Or 1 day, 40%. We just dropped a bunch. So will we drop already? Or will we consolidate here for a little bit before we drop again if we do? Well, there's a good chance that's going to be the case. So in this case, I think this one's pretty good. And I mean, if Bitcoin does fall to 25K, I mean, I want to buy it at 25K anyway. So what's the problem? Might as well earn a little bit of interest while we wait. So again, we're going to hit auto invest. So it just keeps ticking away until that limit order is filled. Say like $100, for example. So that's 12 cents in 2 days, which is not a lot. You know, $1.20 in 2 days. That's probably a bit more like it. If you have a lot more money than that, then you can make $12 in 2 days. It just kind of tells you here what you're looking at sort of getting in terms of the yield. So that's kind of handy to know. So yeah, it's like the yields aren't huge, but it's still yield. And it's pretty cool because you get that in USDT when you're waiting to buy the dip. And the settlement calculator kind of helps as well work out if price is more or less than the strike, then what you'll get. So if Bitcoin's below 25K, then you'll get 0.08 Bitcoin. If it's above 25K, then you get $2.40 essentially. So you just get your money back, $2.40, but then it'll just automatically reinvest and it'll just keep going through until the limit order is filled. So I'll show you the Pinex video on this one too, because it will also give their perspective on it as well.
Buy the dip. So you've been sitting with cash on the sidelines waiting to buy Bitcoin, but prices just won't come down. You don't want to keep sitting around, but you also don't want to buy at these high levels. So what can you do? Pinex made Buy the Dip bot just for this scenario. Let's say the current price of Bitcoin is $25,000 and you would like to buy it cheaper. So being the smart person you are, you subscribe to our Buy the Dip product to generate passive income while waiting. Let's say you are willing to buy one Bitcoin at $20,000. You create a BTC Buy the Dip bot with a strike price of $20,000 with a 7-day duration. It has a 30% annualized return and ROI of 0.6%. The ROI is what you make at each settlement. At each settlement, there are 2 scenarios. Scenario 1. If the price at settlement is under $20,000, you will get 1 plus 0.6% in Bitcoin returned. You have now accomplished your goal of buying Bitcoin at your target price, and you get to keep the yield generated. Scenario 2. If the price at settlement is above $20,000, then you will get 1 plus 0.6% times 20,000 USDT back. The bot will then reinvest your money for you at the $20,000 strike price until you can buy Bitcoin at your target price. You don't have to do anything else. The risk is that you will buy Bitcoin at $20,000, even if it goes below that price. However, you have achieved your goal of buying Bitcoin at the target price and earning passive income on top. It's a win-win situation. We have many other structured products for different investing needs. Be sure to check them out below.
Pretty much what I said, but thought I'd give their perspective on it anyway. So that's pretty much how it works. It's essentially a limit order with interest. So you have to want to actually sell your Bitcoin or buy your Bitcoin to go ahead with this sort of stuff, because if you're just trying to earn yield without actually selling your Bitcoin, well, there is a chance that the strike price will be hit and executed if it expires in the money. So it's not really if you just want to earn yield on your Bitcoin, it's more a limit order with interest. I think that's the best way to think about it. So maybe this appeals to you. Maybe this is something that you would find interesting. And if you do, then you can check out Pinex using the link in the description below. And if you have any questions about this, then feel free to ask in the comments below and I'll do my best to address those questions. I think honestly, this is a very good way to earn passive income and yield on Bitcoin, especially if you are looking to sell or buy some. It's not necessarily a set and forget. You do need to check every few days. Some people like to just do the 7-day ones. So you could just go and have a look to see what the 7-day products are. And the way you can actually manually do that without using the sort of earning robot style of doing things is you literally just go here to dual investment and you can go through and find, say you want to invest Bitcoin because you're wanting to sell your Bitcoin, essentially. You can do it this way. So you just go through here and you find a contract that you feel like where you would want to sell. So if you're quite bearish and you think we're going way lower, and so you want the opportunity to sell Bitcoin, but also you don't mind holding on to it if price kind of just dumps out anyway, then you can just select your strike price in here and then go through and do it this way and just roll it over yourself. So the earning robot is it's automatic and it'll automatically just subscribe to the closest options product that meets your criteria until you are eventually filled or until it goes outside of the parameters that you've set. So if your maximum days is 10 and minimum yield is 10% and there's nothing available, then it won't automatically subscribe to anything because there's nothing to subscribe to. It'll only do it if it's available and it's within the parameters you set. Or you could just do it manually using the dual investment, which just you go and you pick a strike price. This is good if you're good at reading the market and you're good at reading price action, because then you're in control and you have a fair bit of confidence that price will most likely with high probability go in the direction you have analyzed it. So I started using this at the top because I was setting my strikes to like 31, 32,000 and I started earning yield on my Bitcoin with the dual investment. And I just figure that this is a really good way to essentially take profit or buy the dip, because you're just earning extra income while you wait for that to happen. It's like kind of a win-win, really. Let's be honest, like it's really cool. And yes, there's risk and all that sort of stuff. The risk is that your limit order is filled. Well, you set it there anyway, right? You want it to sell. It's just now you're earning interest while you want it to sell, or you want it to buy. Well, now you're just earning interest while you wait for your limit order to trigger. The only thing is that it won't trigger like a limit order because, again, as I said, if price comes down and then back up, then, well, you'll just earn the yield. It won't execute at the strike price. So that's the only thing. It's not exactly a limit order in that it'll just fill regardless. It has to be in the money in order to fill upon the expiry of the options contract. So I think that's everything. Check it out, see what you think, and let me know. So I think this is a great way to earn yield on your USDT while you wait to buy the dip, or on your Bitcoin while you wait to sell the top, or maybe not the top, but wherever it is that you want to sell. So if you have any questions about this, you can ask them in the comments below. I'll leave a referral link to Pinex in the description below as well. They're a really good exchange. I covered them in my previous video. Been around since 2019, headquartered in Singapore, which is in the east, so we don't have to worry too much about US regulation. They're a bit smaller, but they utilize liquidity from Huobi and Binance. So quite a liquid exchange. Lots of really cool passive income strategies through their bots or options structured products, stuff like that. So yeah, if you like the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you want to get more content like this. And I will see you on the next one. This is Cryptolytics signing out. Have a good one.